Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Carl Jung. In a world where every heartbeat echoes the struggles of our inner battles, the journey to emotional healing becomes a quest for self-discovery and transformation. Today, we embark on an exploration that transcends the common misconception that healing is synonymous with forgetting. Instead, we uncover the profound truth. Healing is not about erasing the past, but about embracing it, understanding the depths of our wounds, and using them as stepping stones toward a life filled with wisdom and strength. The concept of healing is often shrouded in oversimplifications, tales of positivity that insist a mere shift in perspective can mend the fractures of our soul. But as we peel away the layers of societal conditioning, we confront the reality that true healing is an intricate and often arduous journey. It demands more than a superficial dismissal of pain. It calls for a courageous confrontation of our most hidden and vulnerable parts. The idea that we must simply let go or think positive ignores the vital process of acknowledging and processing the raw emotions that define our human experience. From the moment we take our first breath, we are subtly instructed to suppress our feelings, to view emotional discomfort as a weakness rather than a natural aspect of being alive. We learn to bottle up sorrow, anger, and fear, storing them away in a dark corner of our psyche, a place Jung famously referred to as the shadow. This shadow, comprising all that we refuse to accept about ourselves, exerts an insidious influence on our lives, often dictating our behavior in ways we scarcely recognize. It is in the realm of the unacknowledged that our suffering festers, morphing into patterns that limit our growth and tether us to the very pain we wish to escape. The first step on this path to genuine healing is the act of recognition. It is not enough to acknowledge the existence of our pain. We must dive into its depths with honesty and openness. Imagine standing before a mirror that reflects not only your physical form but the invisible scars etched into your soul. In that mirror lies the truth. Healing begins when we dare to look directly at our suffering, understanding that it is not a blemish to be erased but a profound teacher that guides us toward our inner strength. Each tear shed, every moment of vulnerability, is a fragment of a larger narrative. A narrative that, when pieced together, reveals the essence of who we truly are. Our society often equates healing with forgetting, with the notion that time alone is sufficient to mend all wounds. Yet, time does not erase pain. It merely buries it under layers of complacency until, like a dormant ember, it has the potential to reignite. The passage of time may smooth the surface of our memories, but the underlying emotions remain, often resurfacing when we least expect them. This realization is both a challenge and an invitation to transform our relationship with pain by recognizing it as a dynamic force that, if harnessed, can become the fuel for personal growth. When we examine the teachings of Carl Jung, we find an emphasis on the integration of the shadow, the parts of ourselves we have long denied. Jung's insight teaches us that what we reject within us does not simply vanish. It lingers, subtly shaping our behaviors and perceptions. The journey toward healing, therefore, is one of reclaiming these rejected parts and transforming them into sources of empowerment. To ignore our pain is to allow it to govern our lives, a silent puppeteer orchestrating patterns of behavior that keep us locked in cycles of suffering. Consider the notion that every emotional wound carries with it the seed of transformation. The pain we experience is not an enemy to be vanquished, but a potent force that, when embraced, has the power to mold us into stronger, wiser individuals. This transformation, however, is not an overnight miracle. It is a gradual process, an alchemical journey where sorrow is transmuted into strength and fear into fortitude. The key lies in our willingness to confront the darkness, to sit with it, and to learn from its silent lessons. It is in the quiet moments of reflection that we begin to understand the complexity of our inner world. The act of writing down our thoughts, of allowing the pen to trace the contours of our memories without judgment, is a powerful exercise in self-awareness. This simple act of expression, free from the constraints of censorship or societal expectations, opens the door to a deeper understanding of our emotions. It is through such honest introspection that we can start to identify the recurring patterns that have held us captive, patterns that are often rooted in unresolved past experiences. In our journey, we may encounter the paradox that while pain is inevitable, the way we relate to it is a choice. We stand at a crossroads where one path leads to continued suffering, trapped in a cycle of unresolved hurt, while the other leads to transformation and growth. The decision to face our pain head-on, to recognize it as a vital part of our story, is an act of profound courage. It is a declaration that we refuse to be defined solely by our scars, that we are capable of emerging from our darkest moments with a newfound sense of purpose and resilience. This exploration is not meant to trivialize the immense challenges that come with confronting deep-seated pain. It is a call to action, a reminder that the process of healing is not reserved for the few, but is available to anyone who is willing to embark on this journey of self-discovery. It is an invitation to redefine what it means to heal, to move beyond the simplistic notion of forgetting, and to embrace a more nuanced understanding of emotional transformation. As we stand at the threshold of this journey, it is essential to remember that healing is not a linear process. There will be moments of breakthrough, when the weight of long-held burdens is lifted, and moments of relapse, when old wounds resurface with unexpected intensity. Yet, each step, each stumble, and each victory is a part of the tapestry of our personal evolution. The resilience that emerges from facing our pain is not forged in a moment of clarity, but is the result of countless moments of struggle, reflection, and perseverance. Imagine for a moment that your emotional pain is like molten metal, seething with the potential to be shaped into something beautiful and strong. The intense heat of your suffering can be redirected, much like a blacksmith channels the energy of fire to forge a mighty sword. In this analogy, your inner fire, when properly tempered, becomes the instrument through which you transform your vulnerabilities into formidable strengths. This is not a call to suppress or ignore your pain, but rather an invitation to engage with it fully, to let it be the crucible in which your true self is revealed. Throughout this journey, you may find that the most significant breakthroughs occur in the silence of introspection. It is often in the quiet spaces between our thoughts that we hear the whispers of our true selves, urging us to take the difficult but necessary steps toward healing. These moments of clarity are like beacons of light guiding us through the labyrinth of our emotions, illuminating the path that leads from despair to empowerment. It is also important to recognize that the process of healing is deeply personal. What works for one person may not work for another, and there is no single formula that guarantees transformation. The insights of Carl Jung serve as a reminder that our inner worlds are as unique as our fingerprints. Each individual carries within them a complex mosaic of experiences, emotions, and memories, and the journey to healing is a tailored expedition that must honor this individuality. There is no shame in taking the time to explore your own narrative, in unraveling the layers of your emotional landscape at your own pace. At this very moment, you might be wondering how to begin this journey of self-reclamation. The answer lies not in grand gestures, but in the small, deliberate steps that gradually lead you toward a deeper understanding of yourself. It begins with the simple act of naming your pain, of giving voice to the emotions that have long been relegated to the background of your consciousness. When you allow yourself to speak your truth, you initiate a process of liberation that paves the way for healing. The power of this act lies in its honesty, a raw and unfiltered admission that you are, at this moment, in the presence of your own truth. As we delve deeper into the art of healing, it becomes clear that our society's tendency to favor quick fixes and surface-level solutions only serves to perpetuate the cycle of unaddressed pain. The notion that time alone can heal wounds is a comforting myth, one that often leaves us ill-equipped to deal with the complexities of our emotional experiences. In reality, healing requires an active engagement with our inner world, a willingness to confront the parts of ourselves that we have long feared and misunderstood. It is a process that demands patience, self-compassion, and an unwavering commitment to personal growth. In the days and weeks to come, we will explore how the transformative power of acknowledgement and acceptance can reshape your emotional landscape. We will examine the ways in which the shadows of your past, when brought into the light, can dissolve the chains of suffering and open the door to a more vibrant, empowered existence. This is a journey that challenges you to rethink everything you thought you knew about pain, resilience, and the nature of healing itself. Take a moment to consider the possibility that your pain is not a mark of defeat but a testament to your capacity for transformation. Every scar, every memory, is a reminder that you have survived battles that have tested the very limits of your strength. And in that survival lies an inherent wisdom, a wisdom that can guide you toward a future where your experiences are not weighed down by regret, but are celebrated as the crucible through which your true self was forged. In the following moments, as you listen to the unfolding narrative of this journey, allow yourself to feel the full spectrum of your emotions. Do not shy away from the discomfort that may arise, for it is in these moments of raw vulnerability that true transformation begins. The path to healing is not paved with instant solutions or magical fixes. It is carved out through a series of deliberate, often challenging choices that ultimately lead you to a deeper understanding of yourself. Remember, healing is not about erasing the pain of the past, but about transforming it into a source of strength. It is about accepting that the wounds you carry are part of your story, not the definition of your destiny. As we navigate this intricate landscape of emotions, the lessons drawn from the wisdom of Carl Jung and other profound thinkers will serve as our guiding stars. They remind us that while we may be shaped by our past, we are not destined to be prisoners of it. The first step on this path is simple yet profound: acknowledge your pain without judgment. This act of recognition is the key that unlocks the door to your inner sanctuary, a place where healing can truly begin. As you embark on this journey, you will learn that the process of healing is neither linear nor predictable. It is a tapestry woven with moments of despair and hope, setbacks and triumphs, each thread contributing to the masterpiece of your personal evolution. Now, as you stand at the precipice of this transformative journey, ask yourself, what if the very pain you have long sought to escape is the catalyst for your greatest awakening? What if, instead of being a burden, your suffering is the raw material from which resilience is built? These questions are not meant to comfort you with easy answers. Rather, they are intended to ignite a spark within, a spark that will propel you toward a deeper, more authentic engagement with your life. In this introduction, we have begun to unravel the intricate relationship between pain and healing, a relationship that is as ancient as humanity itself. We have challenged the conventional wisdom that suggests healing is merely about forgetting, and instead have embraced the idea that true transformation comes from facing our pain head-on. The journey we are about to undertake is not for the faint of heart. It is for those who are ready to confront the shadows within, to accept the wounds that have marked their path, and to harness the power of their experiences in the pursuit of a life reimagined. As you continue to listen, let the words sink in deeply, resonating with the truth that every moment of suffering carries within it the potential for profound change. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, to be open to the possibility that your journey toward healing is a sacred pilgrimage, a journey that, while challenging, holds the promise of renewal and rebirth. I have now laid the foundation of our exploration into the transformative power of embracing and understanding pain. In the coming sections, we will delve further into the methods and practices that can help you navigate this inner terrain. We will explore practical exercises, real-life examples, and further insights from renowned thinkers that will illuminate the path forward. But for now, take a deep breath and acknowledge the power of this moment. The moment when you decide to embark on a journey that will forever alter the way you perceive your own pain and potential. This introduction is not just a beginning. It is an invitation to transform your relationship with the very essence of your being. It is a call to rise above the limitations imposed by unprocessed pain and to reclaim the power that has always resided within you. The path ahead may be fraught with challenges, but it is also illuminated by the promise of growth, healing, and self-realization. As we close this opening chapter, I invite you to let these reflections simmer in your mind. Consider the possibility that every trial, every moment of suffering, is a step toward a more enlightened version of yourself. The journey of healing is as much about rediscovering who you are as it is about confronting who you have been. And in that delicate balance lies the true art of transformation. As we journey further into the realm of inner transformation, we now delve into the vital process of confronting and working through our pain. In this second chapter of our exploration, we turn our attention to the practical and emotional steps that allow us to not only acknowledge our suffering but to harness it for personal growth. We begin by examining the nature of our pain, its origins, its manifestations, and the ways in which it shapes our lives, often without our conscious awareness. Our emotional wounds are not random occurrences. They are intricately woven into the fabric of our lived experiences. Every hurt, every setback, is a marker on the road of our personal evolution. It is through these markers that we learn the lessons necessary to transform our lives. But before we can learn from our past, we must first understand it. Our pain often originates from early experiences, moments when we were most vulnerable and unprotected. These early wounds can manifest later in life as deep-seated fears, recurrent patterns of self-sabotage, or even in the form of physical ailments. They are the echoes of a time when our inner world was still raw and unformed. The journey of healing demands that we sit with these echoes, allowing them to speak their truth. It is in the act of listening, truly listening, that we begin to unravel the hidden narratives that have dictated our behavior. This process is not easy. It requires us to revisit memories that we may have long buried, to confront emotions that we have meticulously avoided. Yet, it is only through this courageous act of revisiting our past that we can begin to rewrite our story. When we allow ourselves to feel the full spectrum of our emotions, from the depths of despair to the peaks of hope, we take the first step toward reclaiming our power. One of the most profound insights offered by Carl Jung is the idea that the unconscious, when left unexamined, will continue to control our destiny. Our unprocessed pain becomes an undercurrent that guides our decisions, often in ways that undermine our potential. This is why the act of acknowledging our suffering is so transformative. By shining a light on the hidden recesses of our mind, we disrupt the patterns that have long kept us confined. We learn to see our pain not as a curse, but as a teacher, an indispensable guide on the path to self-realization. In practical terms, this means developing a conscious relationship with our inner world. One powerful method is through the practice of journaling. Setting aside time each day to reflect on our emotions allows us to create a dialogue with our inner self. As you write, you might begin to notice recurring themes. Moments of unspoken grief, bursts of unexplained anger, or even a sense of numbness that signals deeper issues. This act of recording your thoughts is not meant to dwell in negativity, but rather to build a clear map of your emotional landscape. With this map in hand, you can begin to identify the triggers and patterns that have shaped your reactions over the years. Another important aspect of this phase is the cultivation of self-compassion. It is all too easy to fall into the trap of self-blame or to view our past through the harsh lens of regret. However, true healing requires us to embrace ourselves fully, including the parts that we find most painful. Self-compassion is the gentle reminder that you, like any human being, are deserving of kindness and understanding. It is about treating yourself as you would a cherished friend who is in need of support. This mindset is crucial when confronting the darker corners of your memory, as it allows you to approach your pain with a sense of warmth rather than judgment. As we navigate this intricate process, we may find that our journey is marked by both progress and setbacks. Healing is rarely a linear path. There will be days when you feel an immense burden lift from your heart, only to be followed by moments when the weight of old memories resurfaces. These fluctuations are natural. They are the rhythm of a soul in the process of transformation. Each setback, each resurgence of pain, is not a failure but an invitation to dig deeper, to explore the unresolved aspects of your experience with renewed vigor. Consider the analogy of a river carving its path through a landscape. At first, the flow may be gentle and unremarkable, but over time, the persistent current shapes the very ground through which it moves. Similarly, the process of healing is not about erasing the past, but about allowing your inner strength to emerge from the relentless passage of time and experience. Each ripple of pain that you confront and integrate contributes to the broader current of your transformation, gradually sculpting you into a more resilient and compassionate being. In the midst of this journey, you may also discover that your pain is intricately connected to your relationships. The patterns we form in our interactions with others often mirror the unresolved conflicts within ourselves. When we carry unacknowledged pain, it not only affects our internal world but also distorts the way we relate to those around us. The fear of vulnerability, for instance, can lead to guardedness in our relationships, preventing us from forming the deep, authentic connections that are essential for a fulfilling life. By confronting your inner demons, you open the door to more genuine interactions, fostering relationships built on trust, empathy, and mutual growth. One of the most challenging aspects of this exploration is learning to differentiate between the pain that is truly yours and the pain that has been inadvertently adopted from external sources. Society often bombards us with messages that equate emotional discomfort with weakness, urging us to hide our feelings behind a veneer of stoicism. This external pressure can cause us to internalize a sense of shame about our natural emotional responses, further entrenching us in cycles of repression and self-criticism. To break free from this cycle, it is imperative to reclaim your emotional narrative. Recognize that your feelings, no matter how intense or overwhelming, are valid. They are the language of your inner world, speaking to you in a dialect that only you can truly understand. In practical terms, the process of reclaiming your narrative involves a series of deliberate choices. It means choosing to face your discomfort rather than flee from it. It means resisting the urge to numb your emotions with distractions, be they work, social media, or superficial relationships. Instead, choose to engage with your feelings, even when they seem unbearable. The courage to confront your pain is the first step in transforming it from a source of suffering into a wellspring of strength. As you embark on this phase of introspection, you might find it useful to incorporate mindfulness practices into your daily routine. Mindfulness is not about escaping reality. It is about immersing yourself fully in the present moment. It teaches you to observe your thoughts and emotions without being overwhelmed by them. By cultivating mindfulness, You create a space between your experiences and your reactions, a space in which you can choose how to respond, rather than being driven by automatic impulses. This practice is particularly beneficial when dealing with moments of emotional turmoil, as it allows you to step back and assess your feelings with clarity and compassion. Throughout this journey, it is also essential to seek support when needed. Healing does not have to be a solitary endeavor. Whether through trusted friends, support groups, or professional therapy, sharing your story can provide both relief and insight. There is a profound power in knowing that you are not alone in your struggle, that others have walked similar paths and emerged stronger on the other side. These connections not only offer validation for your experiences, but also remind you that healing is a shared human endeavor, one that binds us together in our common pursuit of wholeness. As we continue this narrative, it is important to reflect on the transformative power of acceptance. Acceptance is not a passive resignation to your circumstances. It is an active engagement with your reality, a decision to acknowledge all parts of yourself without exception. When you accept your pain, you strip it of its power to define you. Instead of being seen as an insurmountable flaw, your suffering becomes a chapter in the larger story of your life, a chapter that contributes to the richness and depth of your character. This shift in perspective is not about minimizing your pain, but about integrating it into a broader narrative of resilience and hope. The process of acceptance also involves re-evaluating the stories you have been told about your past. Often, we cling to narratives that cast us as perpetual victims, reinforcing the idea that our suffering is an inescapable part of who we are. However, these stories are not immutable truths. They are interpretations, shaped by our experiences and beliefs. By challenging these narratives, you can begin to see your life through a different lens, one that emphasizes your capacity for growth and transformation. This rewriting of your personal history is a powerful act of liberation. It allows you to redefine your identity not by the scars you bear, but by the strength you have cultivated in bearing them. In this phase of transformation, one of the most compelling tasks is to transform your pain into a source of wisdom. Every time you face your suffering with courage, you extract a lesson that enriches your understanding of yourself and the world around you. This wisdom is not academic or detached. It is visceral, born from the depths of your lived experience. It empowers you to navigate future challenges with a sense of clarity and purpose that was once elusive. By transforming your pain into knowledge, you convert a potential liability into an asset, a reservoir of insight that can guide you through the storms of life. Imagine, for a moment, that your pain is like a dark canvas upon which the colors of your inner world are splashed. Each brushstroke represents a moment of raw emotion, a blend of grief, anger, joy, and hope. As you learn to work with these colors, you begin to see the beauty in the complexity of your experience. The very hues that once seemed oppressive now form a vibrant tapestry that tells the story of your resilience and growth. In this way, your emotional landscape transforms into a work of art, a testament to the power of the human spirit to endure, adapt, and ultimately thrive. Yet, this process of transformation is not instantaneous. It unfolds gradually, in small yet significant steps that build upon one another. There will be days when you feel as though you have taken monumental leaps forward, and others when the progress seems almost imperceptible. In these moments, it is crucial to honor the journey itself, rather than fixating solely on the destination. Each step, no matter how small, is a victory, a reaffirmation of your commitment to healing. Celebrate these victories, for they are the milestones that remind you of the strength you possess. As we navigate this intricate process, we must also confront the role of memory in our emotional lives. Memories are the repositories of our experiences, often colored by the emotions we felt at the time. When these memories remain unexamined, they can become distorted, creating a narrative that is more painful than the reality of what transpired. The act of revisiting these memories, with the intention of understanding rather than judging them, is a crucial step in releasing their hold over you. It allows you to reinterpret your past not as a series of isolated moments of suffering, but as a continuum of experiences that have ultimately contributed to your growth. This reinterpretation is an art in itself, a delicate balance between acknowledging the pain of the past and celebrating the resilience that emerged from it. It is a reminder that while you may have been broken at times, you have also been rebuilt, stronger and wiser than before. This duality is at the heart of true healing, the recognition that our wounds are not solely sources of pain, but also reservoirs of untapped potential. When you embrace this duality, You begin to see that every scar tells a story of survival. Every tear is a testament to your capacity for renewal. In our modern world, the pace of life often leaves little room for such deep introspection. We are bombarded with distractions that pull our attention away from our inner selves, from the quiet spaces where true healing occurs. Yet, it is precisely in these quiet moments, when you allow yourself to be still and listen, that the most profound insights emerge. Carve out time in your day for reflection, whether it is through meditation, a solitary walk, or simply sitting in silence. These moments of quiet are the fertile ground from which your inner wisdom will blossom. Moreover, as you journey through this process, remember that healing is not about perfection. It is about embracing your humanity, with all its imperfections, and recognizing that each flaw is a part of the mosaic that makes you uniquely you. Do not be discouraged by setbacks or the inevitability of mistakes. Instead, view them as opportunities to learn more about yourself. Each stumble is a chance to refine your understanding of who you are and what you need to move forward with greater clarity. As you continue to explore the depths of your emotional experience, you may also find it helpful to engage in creative expression. Art, music, writing. These forms of expression provide a conduit for emotions that are often too complex for words alone. They allow you to translate your inner turmoil into something tangible, something that can be shared and understood. In the process of creating, you not only externalize your pain but also transform it. The creative process becomes a mirror in which you see not just the darkness, but also the light that emerges from within. This phase of our journey is marked by a fundamental shift, from being passive recipients of our pain to active participants in our transformation. It is about reclaiming your narrative, owning your story, and choosing to see your past not as a chain that binds you, but as the foundation upon which your future is built. It is a journey that requires courage, resilience, and above all, an unwavering belief in your ability to change. In the tapestry of your life, the threads of pain and joy are interwoven, creating a pattern that is uniquely your own. The task before you is to learn how to weave these threads together into a narrative that honors both the struggles and the triumphs of your existence. This integration is not merely a psychological exercise, it is a profound act of self-love and acceptance. It is an acknowledgement that every facet of your experience, no matter how painful, contributes to the beauty and complexity of who you are. As we near the end of this second part of our exploration, take a moment to reflect on the insights you have gained. Think about the moments when you have felt the weight of your unacknowledged pain, and consider how each of those moments has also been an opportunity for growth. Recognize that the process of healing is ongoing, a lifelong journey that evolves with every breath you take. Embrace the idea that your struggles do not define you. Rather, they refine you, shaping you into a being capable of profound empathy, creativity, and strength. In this section, we have delved deep into the intricacies of acknowledging and understanding our pain. We have explored the origins of our emotional wounds, the role of early experiences, and the ways in which unprocessed pain can subtly dictate our lives. We have also examined practical steps, journaling, mindfulness, creative expression, and the cultivation of self-compassion that empower us to confront our inner demons. Through these practices, you learn that the path to healing is not about erasing your past but about integrating it into a narrative of growth and resilience. The transformation we seek is not instantaneous. It is the result of persistent, daily acts of courage. Each time you decide to face your pain, you chip away at the barriers that have kept you confined. You begin to see that your suffering, rather than being a source of endless despair, is also a wellspring of untapped potential, a reservoir of wisdom that, when acknowledged and embraced, can propel you toward a future filled with possibility and hope. As you walk this path, remember that you are not alone. Countless others have traveled this same road, each carrying their own burdens, yet each emerging with a unique story of triumph over adversity. Their journeys serve as a testament to the indomitable human spirit, a reminder that even in our darkest moments, there is a spark of light waiting to be ignited. This shared experience is what connects us all, weaving a tapestry of collective resilience that transcends individual pain. Now, as we bring this chapter to a close, take a deep breath and allow yourself to absorb the magnitude of the transformation that is underway. Your willingness to confront your pain is an act of bravery that will ultimately lead to a life of deeper meaning and connection. In the next part of our exploration, we will transition from the internal work of acknowledgement and acceptance to the dynamic process of transforming your pain into actionable growth. We will explore how to harness the energy of your suffering, turning it into a catalyst for change and a foundation for a renewed sense of purpose. As we transition into this third phase of our journey, we now explore the transformative power of turning pain into action, a process that not only heals but empowers you to create a life of purpose and fulfillment. In this section, we delve into the practical application of the insights we have gathered, converting the energy of suffering into a force for meaningful change. No longer will you view your pain as a weight that drags you down. Instead, you will learn to harness it as a dynamic catalyst for growth and renewal. The first step in this transformative process is to recognize that your pain, when acknowledged and processed, can become a powerful source of motivation. It is natural to feel overwhelmed by the memories of past hurts, yet within those very recollections lies the blueprint for your future success. Each experience of suffering contains a lesson, a fragment of wisdom that can guide you toward a more intentional way of living. The challenge is not to allow the pain to dictate your narrative, but to extract from it the strength to forge a new path. When you begin to see your hardships as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks, you unlock the potential to redefine who you are and what you can achieve. Central to this transformation is the concept of reframing your perspective. Instead of viewing your struggles as failures or as marks of defeat, begin to see them as pivotal moments of learning. Every setback carries within it the seeds of growth. Every challenge is an opportunity to build resilience and fortitude. The process of reframing is not about denying the pain you have endured. It is about shifting your focus from the despair of loss to the promise of rebirth. It is in this mindset that you find the clarity to see that the same fire which once threatened to consume you can now be used to fuel your progress. This phase calls for active engagement with your emotions. Reflect on the moments when you felt most vulnerable, when the pain seemed insurmountable, and ask yourself, what did that moment teach me about who I am? What strengths did I discover hidden within myself as I navigated that storm? Such introspection is not merely a mental exercise. It is an invitation to transform your internal dialogue. By replacing self-criticism with self-affirmation, you lay the groundwork for a resilient mindset. In doing so, you create an environment in which your inner voice encourages you to move forward, to take bold actions that reaffirm your worth and potential. One tangible way to begin this process is through the practice of setting purposeful, achievable goals. When you channel your energy into concrete objectives, you take control of the narrative that pain once dictated. These goals can range from personal development milestones, like cultivating a new skill or deepening your emotional awareness, to broader aspirations, such as contributing to your community or embarking on a new creative endeavor. Each goal you set represents a deliberate choice to use your experiences as fuel for your transformation. It is the act of setting these intentions that signals a shift from being a passive recipient of your circumstances to becoming an active architect of your destiny. Equally important in this journey is the practice of mindfulness, a method that allows you to remain present and engaged with each moment, rather than being ensnared by the echoes of the past. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for transforming pain into clarity. It teaches you to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment, creating a space where you can respond to life's challenges with calm and intention. As you develop this practice, you learn to identify the early signs of emotional turmoil and take proactive steps to address them. With mindfulness, you transform reactive patterns into deliberate actions that pave the way for sustained personal growth. In the midst of this internal work, it is crucial to embrace the concept of self-empowerment. Empowerment arises when you begin to see that the power to change your circumstances lies within you, not in external forces or in the passage of time alone. This realization can be both liberating and energizing. It is a call to reclaim ownership of your life, to recognize that every decision you make contributes to the narrative of your journey. The transformation from victimhood to empowerment is a gradual one, built on small yet significant acts of self-assertion. Whether it's choosing to set boundaries in your relationships, investing time in self-care, or simply affirming your strengths to yourself each morning, these acts of empowerment compound, creating a momentum that propels you toward a life of purpose and passion. As you begin to harness your pain as a source of energy, you may find that creativity becomes an invaluable outlet for transformation. Artistic expression, in all its myriad forms, provides a way to externalize internal struggles, allowing you to see your pain from a new perspective. Whether through writing, painting, music, or any other creative endeavor, the act of creation is inherently therapeutic. It transforms abstract emotions into tangible expressions, which can then be reinterpreted and revalued. In this creative process, you are not simply reliving past hurts. You are transmuting them into something beautiful and lasting. This transformation is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the boundless capacity we all have to reinvent ourselves. Another essential element of this phase is the cultivation of meaningful relationships. The journey to transform pain into growth is not one you have to undertake alone. Connecting with others who have faced similar struggles can provide a profound sense of solidarity and understanding. Sharing your story, whether through conversation, support groups, or therapeutic settings, not only validates your experience but also enriches your journey with diverse perspectives. In the shared experience of vulnerability, you discover that healing is a collective endeavor, a mosaic of individual journeys that come together to form a tapestry of shared resilience. The strength that arises from community is immeasurable. It is the warmth of another's understanding that often helps to heal our deepest wounds. At this juncture, it is important to acknowledge that the process of transforming pain into growth is neither linear nor predictable. There will be days when the weight of your past feels unbearable, when the old patterns of sorrow threaten to reassert their dominance. In these moments, remember that setbacks are not signs of failure but natural parts of a transformative journey. Each moment of despair is an opportunity to learn more about your inner workings, to adjust your strategies, and to move forward with renewed determination. Embrace these setbacks as integral chapters in your story, a reminder that growth often comes from the willingness to confront challenges head-on, even when progress seems elusive. As you continue to forge this new path, consider the role of reflection as a guiding light. Reflection is not about dwelling on the past, but about drawing insights from it to inform a more empowered future. Set aside time regularly to revisit your experiences, to analyze the progress you have made, and to identify areas that still need healing. This reflective practice can be as simple as a quiet moment of contemplation, or as structured as a weekly review of your goals and emotional state. The objective is to maintain a dialogue with yourself that is both honest and compassionate, a conversation that reinforces your progress and highlights your potential for continued transformation. One of the most transformative insights you can adopt is the understanding that pain, when transformed, becomes the fuel for wisdom. Each experience of suffering carries with it a lesson that, if acknowledged and integrated, contributes to your reservoir of inner strength. This wisdom is not abstract. It is deeply practical and can inform every aspect of your daily life. When faced with a challenging situation, recall the lessons learned from your past struggles. Use them as a compass to navigate the complexities of the present, guiding you with the clarity that only experience can provide. In this way, your pain is no longer a source of endless grief but a wellspring of insight that empowers you to make wiser, more informed choices. As you stand at the crossroads of transformation, you may ask yourself, how can I ensure that this new energy continues to drive me forward? The answer lies in cultivating a sense of purpose that transcends the immediate challenges of the present moment. Purpose is the North Star that guides you through the darkest nights. It is the deep-seated conviction that your life has meaning, that your experiences, no matter how painful, are part of a larger, unfolding narrative of growth and contribution. By aligning your actions with a sense of purpose, you infuse each day with intention, turning even the most difficult moments into opportunities for meaningful progress. This alignment with purpose can manifest in various ways. It might involve pursuing a passion that has long been suppressed by the weight of past traumas. It could mean engaging in work or projects that resonate with your personal values, allowing you to give back to your community or to support others who are on similar journeys. By dedicating yourself to a cause that feels larger than your individual struggles, you create a positive feedback loop, one where your personal healing contributes to the healing of others, and vice versa. In this mutual exchange, you discover that the act of giving is a powerful antidote to the isolation often felt in the wake of pain. As you weave these elements of action, creativity, reflection, and purpose into your daily life, you will begin to notice subtle shifts in your emotional landscape. The raw intensity of your past suffering may gradually be replaced by a calm, steady resilience, a quiet strength that no longer fears the shadow of its own history. With each deliberate act of transformation, you are rewriting the narrative of your life. You are no longer defined solely by your scars. Rather, you are defined by your ability to rise, to learn, and to create a future that honors every facet of your experience. There is an undeniable beauty in the process of transformation. Like the phoenix that rises from its own ashes, you too can emerge from your pain renewed and invigorated. This process is not about erasing the past, but about integrating it in such a way that it enhances your capacity to live fully in the present. It is about turning the lessons of yesterday into the foundations of tomorrow. And while the journey may be fraught with challenges, remember that every step forward is an act of defiance against the forces that once sought to keep you in perpetual suffering. In this part of our journey, you have learned that the transformation of pain into growth is a deliberate, ongoing process. It requires you to confront your suffering, to channel its energy into purposeful action, and to embrace each moment, both the triumphs and the setbacks, as a vital part of your evolution. Your pain, once a symbol of defeat, now becomes the driving force behind your relentless pursuit of a life reimagined. Imagine a sculptor standing before a raw block of marble. With every chisel strike, imperfections are revealed and, eventually, a masterpiece emerges from what was once deemed unyielding stone. In much the same way, your inner world, shaped by pain and adversity, is being carefully carved into a form that reflects your true essence. Each experience, whether of sorrow or of joy, contributes to the intricate sculpture of your identity. It is a process of constant refinement, a journey of becoming where every trial is a stroke of the chisel, revealing more of the resilient, empowered self that lies beneath. As you continue to walk this transformative path, remember that the energy of your pain is a renewable resource when directed with intention. It can be the spark that ignites new passions, the strength that carries you through adversity, and the wisdom that guides your decisions. With every act of courage, every moment when you choose to face your fear rather than flee from it, you reaffirm your commitment to a future defined by growth rather than by grief. Now, pause for a moment and allow yourself to fully absorb the magnitude of what you have achieved thus far. Reflect on the journey that has brought you to this point, a journey marked by the willingness to confront your deepest wounds and to reimagine your life in the light of newfound wisdom. The process of transforming pain into actionable growth is not a destination, but a continuous evolution, a living testament to your resilience, creativity, and unyielding spirit. In the next segment, we will transition into the final phase of our exploration. We will delve into the ways in which you can sustain this transformation over the long term, ensuring that the insights and strength you have gained continue to enrich your life. We will examine strategies for maintaining momentum, nurturing a mindset of perpetual growth, and integrating these transformative practices into every facet of your existence. Until then, let the energy of your renewed purpose and empowered self guide you, and may you carry this flame of transformation with you as you step into the next chapter of your journey. In this final chapter of our transformative journey, we turn our focus to the vital practices that enable you to sustain and nurture the powerful changes you have begun to create. Up until now, you have bravely confronted your pain, transformed it into energy for growth, and channeled it into a renewed sense of purpose. Now, the challenge lies in ensuring that these hard-won insights continue to guide you long after this moment, so that every day becomes an opportunity to reinforce your resilience, deepen your self-awareness, and commit to a life of continuous evolution. This stage is about integration and ongoing renewal. It is the bridge between the intense work of transformation and the sustained, everyday practices that keep your spirit strong and your vision clear. The techniques we discuss here are not mere temporary fixes. They are lifelong companions, each one designed to fortify your inner resources and help you navigate the inevitable challenges of life with grace and fortitude. One of the most crucial elements of this stage is establishing a daily ritual of mindfulness. Mindfulness is more than just a meditation technique. It is a way of living that brings you into constant contact with the present moment. By cultivating this awareness, you can observe your thoughts and emotions without being swept away by them. This simple practice creates a mental space where you can choose how to respond rather than reacting out of old, habitual patterns. A consistent mindfulness practice might involve starting your day with a few minutes of focused breathing, taking mindful walks in nature, or even pausing for a moment of silent reflection before each meal. Over time, these practices will weave themselves into the fabric of your everyday existence, providing you with a constant source of clarity and inner calm. Another pillar of sustained transformation is self-reflection. Regularly engaging in self-reflection helps you to monitor your growth, acknowledge your progress, and adjust your strategies when necessary. This practice might take the form of journaling, where you record not only your challenges but also your victories, no matter how small they may seem. In your journal, explore questions such as, what new insights did I gain today? Which emotions surfaced that I had not noticed before? How did I successfully overcome a moment of doubt or fear? By setting aside dedicated time to reflect, you transform your experiences into lessons that reinforce your personal evolution. This is not about dwelling on the past, but about building a richer narrative for your future, a narrative in which every experience, whether of struggle or triumph, is acknowledged as part of your unique story. As you continue on this path, consider the importance of community and connection. True, lasting change is rarely achieved in isolation. Seek out relationships that encourage growth, whether they be with friends, family, or like-minded individuals in supportive groups. Sharing your journey with others creates an environment in which collective wisdom can flourish. Conversations that probe deeply into personal experiences, mutual support during moments of vulnerability, and the celebration of each other's progress are powerful reminders that you are not alone. The energy of connection acts as both a mirror and a cushion, reflecting back the strength you possess while softening the impact of life's inevitable hardships. A particularly effective way to maintain momentum in your transformation is to adopt an attitude of lifelong learning. Embrace every opportunity to expand your understanding of yourself and the world around you. This could mean reading books on psychology, philosophy, or personal development, attending workshops or seminars, or engaging in online courses that challenge your current perspective. When you commit to learning, you are not only investing in new knowledge but also in new ways of seeing and interacting with your reality. Each new insight contributes to a richer, more flexible mindset that is better equipped to handle life's uncertainties. In parallel with learning, consider setting long-term goals that align with your newly discovered purpose. These goals serve as beacons that guide your daily actions and remind you of your larger vision. They need not be monumental. Small, consistent steps can accumulate into profound transformation over time. For example, if you find that creative expression has become a source of healing for you, set a goal to create something every week, whether it be a short story, a sketch, or a piece of music. If nurturing relationships has taken on new meaning in your life, perhaps aim to connect deeply with one person each day. By aligning your daily actions with your long-term vision, you create a life that is both intentional and resilient. Equally important is the need to embrace self-compassion as an ongoing practice. The journey of healing and transformation is continuous, and there will be moments when setbacks occur. When you encounter these moments, remind yourself that growth is not linear and that every challenge offers a chance to learn and improve. Rather than castigating yourself for perceived failures, approach each setback as an opportunity to re-engage with your inner strength. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a dear friend. It is a commitment to honor your humanity, complete with its imperfections and ever-changing nature. Alongside self-compassion, resilience must be nurtured through the development of healthy boundaries. Boundaries are essential for preserving your energy and maintaining the integrity of your emotional space. They serve as guidelines for how you interact with the world and protect you from situations that may trigger old wounds. Reflect on the areas of your life where boundaries might be needed, be it in personal relationships, professional engagements, or even digital spaces. Establishing clear boundaries is not about isolating yourself. It is about creating a secure environment in which you can continue to heal and grow without the risk of being overwhelmed or re-traumatized. An additional strategy for long-term transformation is to regularly revisit and update your personal mission statement. This statement is a declaration of who you are and who you aspire to be, a guiding light that helps you stay true to your core values. As you evolve, your mission may also shift, reflecting new insights and experiences. Periodically revisiting this mission statement helps you to realign with your true self, ensuring that your actions remain in harmony with your deepest beliefs and aspirations. Write it down, revisit it in times of uncertainty, and let it be a source of unwavering guidance as you navigate the complexities of life. In the midst of these practices, do not underestimate the power of celebrating your achievements. Every milestone, no matter how modest, deserves acknowledgement. Celebrating your progress not only reinforces the positive changes you have made, but also provides a psychological boost that propels you forward. This celebration can be as simple as a quiet moment of gratitude at the end of the day, a special treat for yourself after achieving a goal, or sharing your success with someone who has supported you along the way. Recognizing your victories, however small, builds confidence and reminds you of the strength that resides within you. One transformative practice that ties together mindfulness, reflection, connection, and self-compassion is the art of ritual. Rituals, whether performed daily, weekly, or at significant moments in your life, have the power to ground you in the present and connect you to a deeper sense of purpose. They can be as simple as lighting a candle and taking a few deep breaths at the start of your day, or as elaborate as creating a personal ceremony to mark a major life transition. Rituals serve as symbolic acts of renewal, marking the passage of time and the evolution of your inner world. They remind you that each day is an opportunity to recommit to your healing journey. As we draw this final chapter to a close, it is essential to remember that sustaining transformation is not a destination but an ongoing process. It is the daily commitment to living in alignment with your values, nurturing your inner resources, and continuously adapting to life's changes. There will be days when the path feels clear and moments when uncertainty clouds your vision. In those times, return to the practices that have served you so well: mindfulness, reflection, connection, learning, and celebration. They are the anchors that will keep you steady amid the storms of life. Your journey of healing has taught you that every moment of pain carries within it the seeds of potential, and that transformation is born not from the eradication of suffering, but from the courage to face it and repurpose it for growth. As you move forward, let this truth be your constant companion, that every scar, every setback, and every tear has contributed to the remarkable tapestry of your being. You are not defined by your pain, but by your ability to rise above it, to transform it into wisdom, and to live each day with a renewed sense of purpose. Now, envision a future where each challenge is met with a resilient heart, where every moment of uncertainty is embraced as an opportunity for growth, and where your inner light shines brightly regardless of external circumstances. This is the future you are building, a future where your transformation is not a fleeting moment but a lifelong journey. A future where the practices of mindfulness, reflection, and self-compassion are not just responses to hardship, but integral parts of your identity. As you continue on this path, remember that the essence of your transformation lies in the consistency of your actions. The small, deliberate choices you make each day accumulate into a powerful momentum that carries you ever closer to your fullest potential. The work you have done is both a testament to your strength and a promise of the boundless possibilities that lie ahead. Embrace this journey with open arms, knowing that each step you take is a step toward a more authentic, empowered version of yourself. Let the words of Emerson echo in your heart as you forge ahead. You are not destined to be a prisoner of your past. Instead, you have the power to become the architect of your future. Every challenge is an invitation to grow, every moment of pain is an opportunity to learn, and every day is a new canvas upon which you can paint the masterpiece of your life. This final segment is not an end, but a continuation, a living, breathing practice of becoming. It is an ongoing dialogue with your inner self, a commitment to a life where transformation is not a single event but a perpetual state of evolution. As you move forward, carry these practices with you as both shield and sword, empowering you to meet life's challenges with resilience, creativity, and unwavering hope. I invite you now to take a deep breath, feel the strength that has emerged from your journey so far, and step into the future with the confidence that comes from knowing you are capable of infinite growth. Your transformation is a work in progress, an ever-unfolding story of healing, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of a life lived with purpose. May this final chapter serve as both a guide and a reminder. The power to transform your pain into a wellspring of wisdom and strength lies within you. Embrace the practices that sustain you, honor the progress you have made, and continue to cultivate a life of mindful intention. Your journey does not end here. It evolves with each passing day, turning every experience into a stepping stone toward the extraordinary life that awaits. As we embark on this extended chapter, we enter a space where every moment is a deliberate act of self-discovery, and every breath is an affirmation of the life we are choosing to lead. This section is dedicated to exploring the ongoing process of transformation, a process that is as intricate and expansive as the human heart itself. It is here that we delve into the day-to-day practices and the deep inner work required to sustain the metamorphosis that has already begun within you. In this journey, we will examine the subtle art of nurturing a resilient spirit, embracing the continuous evolution of your emotional landscape, and weaving the lessons of the past into the vibrant tapestry of your future. From the outset, it is crucial to recognize that transformation is not a destination but an unending pilgrimage. Every step you take, every decision you make, adds a new layer to the narrative of your life. The scars that once defined your struggles now serve as medals of honor, reminders of battles fought and wisdom earned. In this phase, the emphasis shifts from overcoming pain to integrating it, from merely surviving to thriving in the midst of life's unpredictable ebb and flow. One of the central practices in maintaining this transformation is the cultivation of a daily mindfulness routine. Mindfulness, in its purest form, is the art of being fully present in every moment, of observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. It invites you to pause, to take stock of your internal state, and to reconnect with the essence of who you truly are. In a world filled with distractions, carving out time for mindfulness is not just beneficial, it is essential. Whether through morning meditation, quiet reflection during a walk, or simply pausing to take a few deep breaths amidst chaos, mindfulness grounds you. It transforms ordinary moments into sacred rituals, allowing you to observe the interplay of your thoughts and feelings with a clarity that reveals hidden patterns and sparks new insights. As you settle into this practice, you may notice that your inner dialogue begins to shift. The harsh critic that once dominated your thoughts softens, replaced by a more compassionate and curious inner voice. This transformation is subtle but profound. It is the beginning of an internal revolution where you learn to treat yourself with the kindness and understanding you so readily offer to others. In this space of acceptance, every emotion, every fleeting thought becomes an opportunity for growth. It is here that you learn to appreciate that transformation does not occur in leaps and bounds, but in the quiet moments of self-awareness that accumulate over time. Equally important is the practice of reflective journaling, a powerful tool that can help you trace the contours of your emotional journey. Writing is a way of externalizing your inner experiences, of giving shape and form to the intangible aspects of your heart. In your journal, allow yourself to explore your feelings freely. Reflect on the moments of joy, sorrow, and everything in between. Describe the sensations that arise when you encounter a memory or a thought that stirs something deep within you. Over time, you will begin to see patterns emerge, recurring themes that point to unresolved issues and, more importantly, to areas of potential healing. This process of articulation transforms abstract pain into tangible insights, guiding you toward a deeper understanding of your emotional blueprint. Another significant dimension of sustaining transformation is the continuous practice of self-education and reflection. The world of personal development is vast, filled with insights from philosophers, psychologists, and sages who have walked this path before you. Immerse yourself in literature that resonates with your journey. Let the words of thinkers like Carl Jung, Rumi, and Lao Tzu inspire you to look within. Their insights serve as beacons of light, illuminating the dark recesses of your inner world and providing new perspectives on age-old struggles. Engage with these ideas not as static truths but as dynamic guides that evolve alongside you. In the act of learning, you are not merely absorbing information. You are actively engaging in a dialogue with your past, present, and future selves. In tandem with self-education is the importance of creative expression. Creativity is a vital outlet for emotions that may be too complex for words alone. Whether you choose to paint, write poetry, compose music, or engage in any form of artistic endeavor, creative expression allows you to channel your inner experiences into something tangible and beautiful. It is through creation that you can transform the raw material of your pain into works of art that celebrate your resilience and capacity for rebirth. Each brushstroke, every carefully chosen word, and every note played is a testament to your journey, a declaration that your experiences, both painful and joyful, have the power to create something enduring and transformative. This creative process is also a form of self-therapy, a way to release the tension and heaviness that accumulate when emotions are left unexpressed. It encourages you to explore the nuances of your inner world without fear or reservation. In the act of creation, you learn that there is beauty in vulnerability, that the raw, unfiltered expression of your inner truth can lead to profound healing. Allow yourself the freedom to experiment, to make mistakes, and to learn from every creative endeavor. Remember, creativity is not about perfection. It is about authenticity and the courage to reveal your true self to the world. Yet, the journey of transformation is not one to be undertaken in isolation. Human connection is an indispensable element of healing and growth. It is in the exchange of stories, the sharing of vulnerabilities, and the mutual acknowledgement of our shared humanity that we find strength and solace. Seek out communities, whether physical or virtual, that resonate with your experiences and aspirations. Join groups or attend workshops where you can engage in honest conversations about personal growth. In these spaces, you are not alone. You are part of a collective narrative of resilience and transformation. The support and empathy of others can serve as a powerful reminder that your struggles are not unique, and that together, we can rise above the challenges that life presents. Within these communities, consider taking on the role of both student and teacher. Share your experiences, listen to the journeys of others, and offer insights gained from your own path. The act of teaching is one of the most profound ways to solidify your learning and to reinforce your commitment to growth. It is a way of giving back, of acknowledging that while your journey is deeply personal, its lessons have the power to inspire and uplift those around you. By fostering a spirit of mutual support and collaboration, you contribute to a larger movement of healing, a ripple effect that extends far beyond your individual experience. As you continue to integrate these practices into your daily life, it is essential to remain attuned to the natural cycles of progress and setback. Transformation is not a linear process. There will be moments when you feel as though you are moving forward with unwavering clarity, and there will be times when the old wounds resurface with renewed intensity. In these moments of challenge, it is crucial to remember that setbacks are not failures. They are opportunities for deeper insight. Each time you encounter a moment of despair, allow it to serve as a signal that there is still work to be done, a reminder that the journey of healing is ongoing and ever-evolving. Developing a resilient mindset is the cornerstone of enduring transformation. Resilience is not about denying the pain of the past or pretending that adversity does not exist. Rather, it is about building an inner strength that allows you to face challenges head-on, to adapt, and to continue moving forward despite the obstacles in your path. Cultivate resilience by setting realistic goals, celebrating small victories, and acknowledging that growth often comes from the most difficult experiences. Remind yourself that every setback is a setup for a comeback, that within every moment of pain lies the potential for a breakthrough that can propel you to new heights. One of the most profound aspects of resilience is the ability to reinvent oneself time and again. Life is in constant flux, and the person you were yesterday is not the same as the person you are today. Embrace this fluidity as a natural part of your evolution. Allow yourself the freedom to shed old identities and to experiment with new ways of being. This process of reinvention is a testament to your adaptability and your willingness to learn from every experience. It is the essence of transformation, a continuous cycle of letting go, learning, and becoming. In sustaining this transformation, the role of ritual cannot be overstated. Rituals are more than mere routines. They are sacred acts that anchor you in the present moment and connect you to something greater than yourself. They provide a sense of continuity and meaning in an otherwise chaotic world. Design your own rituals that honor your journey, a morning ritual of gratitude, a weekly ritual of self-reflection, or even a seasonal ritual to mark the changes in your life. These practices create a rhythm, a cadence to your days that reinforces your commitment to living with intention. They serve as gentle reminders that no matter how turbulent life may become, you have within you the strength and the wisdom to navigate its currents. Moreover, as you traverse the path of continuous transformation, it is essential to cultivate a deep sense of self-compassion. There will be times when you falter, when the weight of past hurts seems too great to bear. In these moments, be gentle with yourself. Understand that healing is a process, and that every stumble is part of the journey. Speak to yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a cherished friend. Remind yourself that it is okay to feel, to falter, and to seek help. Self-compassion is the foundation upon which lasting change is built. It is the nurturing force that allows you to forgive yourself, to learn from your mistakes, and to rise anew each day. In the realm of self-compassion, it is equally important to establish and maintain healthy boundaries. Boundaries are the invisible lines that protect your emotional well-being. They are the guards at the gates of your inner sanctuary, ensuring that you have the space to heal and to grow. Reflect on the areas of your life where you need to set limits, be it in your personal relationships, your work environment, or even in your digital interactions. Clear, compassionate boundaries allow you to preserve your energy and focus on what truly matters. They are not barriers to connection, but rather the scaffolding that supports healthy, sustainable relationships with yourself and others. As you continue on this extended journey of transformation, take time to celebrate the evolution of your inner world. Every day, acknowledge the progress you have made, no matter how incremental it may seem. The transformation you are experiencing is a mosaic of countless small moments, each one contributing to the grandeur of your personal evolution. Celebrate your victories, however modest, and allow them to fuel your commitment to continued growth. In the act of celebration, you reaffirm your worth and honor the resilience that defines you. This extra chapter is not merely an addendum to your journey. It is an invitation to deepen your commitment to a life of mindful transformation. It is a call to embrace the full spectrum of your emotional experience, from the depths of despair to the peaks of elation, and to see each moment as an integral part of the intricate tapestry of your existence. The process of healing, transformation, and continuous evolution is a lifelong pursuit, and it is one that demands your unwavering attention, compassion, and courage. Imagine a vast, ever-changing landscape where each hill, valley, and winding path represents a facet of your inner world. In this landscape, the challenges you encounter are not obstacles to be feared, but features to be explored and understood. Each step you take is a deliberate act of discovery, a movement toward greater self-awareness and empowerment. This vision of your inner world is not static, it is as dynamic and evolving as you are. Embrace this fluidity, knowing that every twist and turn in the road holds the potential for new insights and renewed strength. In the quiet hours of reflection, when you allow your mind to wander through the memories and experiences that have shaped you, you may find that the journey itself becomes a source of solace. The act of revisiting your past is not about dwelling in regret or pain, but about reclaiming the narrative of your life. It is an opportunity to reframe your experiences, not as chains that bind you to a story of sorrow, but as stepping stones that lead to a future of possibility. In this reframing, you transform the narrative of your life from one of victimhood to one of empowerment, where every chapter, every line, is imbued with the promise of growth and renewal. There is an inherent beauty in the ongoing process of transformation. It is the beauty of a soul that refuses to be defined by its wounds, that chooses instead to use every experience as a catalyst for creativity, compassion, and connection. This beauty is not something that can be measured or quantified. It is felt deeply, in the quiet moments of introspection and in the joyful bursts of clarity that illuminate your path. It is the beauty of knowing that you are a work in progress, a masterpiece in the making, forged in the crucible of life's trials and triumphs. As you integrate the practices outlined in this extended chapter into your daily life, remember that transformation is a collaborative journey. It is a dialogue between your inner world and the external realities that surround you. Engage with the people, places, and experiences that resonate with your newfound understanding. Allow your transformation to ripple outward, inspiring others to embark on their own journeys of healing and self-discovery. In this way, your personal evolution becomes part of a larger, collective movement, a tapestry woven from the threads of countless individual stories, each one contributing to the vibrant mosaic of human resilience. In closing, let these reflections serve as both a reminder and a roadmap. The journey of transformation is ongoing, a living, breathing process that demands your continuous presence, attention, and care. Embrace every moment, every challenge, and every triumph as part of your unique story. Recognize that within you lies an inexhaustible wellspring of strength, creativity, and love, a force that can propel you forward even in the darkest of times. May you walk this path with a heart full of courage, a mind open to new possibilities, and a spirit that embraces the ever-unfolding journey of becoming. As you continue to nurture the delicate balance between introspection and action, may you find that the true essence of healing lies not in erasing the past, but in transforming it into a beacon of hope, a guiding light that illuminates the road to a future rich with potential and promise. This extended chapter stands as a testament to the idea that every moment, every breath, and every heartbeat is an invitation to evolve, to shed old skins, and to step boldly into the fullness of your being. Let the wisdom of the ages, the lessons of your own experience, and the quiet strength that resides within you guide your steps on this infinite journey of transformation. Now, as you close this extra segment and integrate its insights into your life, remember that the work of healing is never complete. It is a lifelong dance of vulnerability, resilience, and grace. Embrace it fully, knowing that with each new day, you have the opportunity to create a more authentic, empowered version of yourself. The journey continues, and you are the brave, ever-evolving traveler at its heart.